Hey, what's up? I'm Roller Coaster Rider.
Hi guys, I'm Kay.
Or are we?
I think we are.
Maybe I might be Jumpin' Frogs and she might be Lucinda.
Okay. What you trying to get at?
Well, they were liars in the movie, so I figured we might as well start off with a lie.
Okay. So we
This
just watched a comedy called Another You.
was it a comedy?
I think it was trying to be. With Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor,
Vanessa Williams, Kevin Pollak.
Mercedes Rule,
Mm-hmm.
Stephen Lang.
Where do we start with this movie?
I guess at the beginning.
Okay, Richard Pryor is a scam artist.
Right. And so his
He has to do 100
100
hours
hours
of
of
community
community
service.
service.
So he takes some.
Well, he doesn't want to do anything physical like laying
Yeah,
bricks or, stuff like that.
who would? So he takes some, uh, can I say lunatic?
Well,
Gene
I
Wilder?
guess. I guess.
Um,
A habitual liar.
a liar who is also. He also seemed agoraphobic, like.
Well, around a Doberman, wouldn't you?
I was talking in the wax museum.
Okay.
So he goes into the wax museum, he gets scared, he runs off, and then he gets mistaken. He plays this guy named George, and he gets mistaken for a guy named Abe, who's
Yep.
a brewery millionaire.
Right. So it became like mistaken identity.
Yeah, where he was just like, sure, why not? I'll go with it.
So there were a lot of people in on this.
And you'd think with Richard Pryor, Gene Wilder, and a comedy, it would be a little funnier.
Well, it was their fourth one.
Or funny.
It was their fourth one. So
Or a 90-minute film that doesn't feel like 5 hours.
true. So
2012 went by faster, and that's over 2.5 hours. I can't. JJ hates that movie because she says it's boring. I can't imagine what she'd think of this.
mm, I don't know.
So, anyway, the lie gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and.
And then you find out who is all in on the lie.
Yeah. And then you find out that.
That
Gee.
they are going to turn the tables on the guy that is pulling the con.
And what I thought was pretty cool was that Gene Wilder really looked like that guy Abe, where he was like, "I've never been to Yosemite."
Right.
Then there's a Of Mice and Men reference with Lenny,
Okay.
the the incident in the woods with the bear.
Oh, you're going that far? Not the bar where they were yodeling or the restaurant?
Okay, that part was kind of funny. And
But then people recognized her as a singer actress.
oh, there's another scene that we laughed at. I can't remember it. Do you? Might have been an hour ago. But yeah, it's just like one lie after another. I thought they were gonna be con men, like conning people as a team, but not. They're not
They were
even.
conning
Yeah,
him
yeah,
to take on the identity to really think that maybe he was Abe,
yeah.
named after his father.
Uh, okay. There's two parts that I like. I can't remember one of the parts, but the only part I can remember is past the hour mark. So, do you want to just give our ratings and then do a spoil?
What do you mean past the hour?
There's one bit that I liked that I thought was kind of funny.
Well, I think Richard Pryor, he knew that he had to do community service.
Yeah.
He didn't like to be touched. And then he's starting to take all these gold objects out of the mansion, out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
And then he plays along with the con But then at the end, yeah, I won't say that if you're going to spoil it.
Um,
So it just catches up to everybody.
I don't know if I've seen any Gene Wilder movies.
Oh, oh,
That
okay.
includes Willy Wonka.
Young Frankenstein, Silver Street.
Young Frankenstein might be next year.
Okay, Silver Street.
Uh, haven't seen that one. But here's what I will say: if you want to know, if you want to know my taste in comedy regarding this movie, I thought Superman 3 with Richard Pryor was 10 times funnier and way more goofy than this movie was.
I don't really remember him in Superman 3.
He was supposed to be like Brainiac. He was like that guy that was like really scared.
But if you
And
ever
he
saw
thought,
Silver Streak and Stir Crazy, those were pretty funny. Those were earlier Richard Pryor, Gene
mhm,
Wilder movies.
I haven't seen them, so I can't say. And well, spoiler for Superman 3. Uh he has to figure out like the recipe for kryptonite.
Oh,
He doesn't know, so he's like so he puts nicotine.
was that before or after this movie?
Oh god. When did this movie come out?
I'm not
Oh,
sure.
it came out several years before. It came out in like
Superman 3
83?
did?
83 I want to say. Maybe
Okay.
84. This came out in 91.
Well, I didn't feel like Richard Pryor was really a friend to him. He was more using him. And then everybody in the con had to start liking him. And then his pretend wife did start to like him and didn't want him killed. And then the hunting accident and yeah.
If I hadn't known that Richard Pryor was a stand-up comic, I would never have thought he was a stand-up comic based on his performance in this movie. In this movie, he just seemed like it seemed like one of those actors who it's like their second or third role, and they have no idea.
Well, Vanessa Williams,
Yeah,
I think it was one of her first roles.
but with Richard Pryor, I think they were trying to make him the comic relief, and I don't know. Maybe he was just out of it because of MS,
I
or
think both of them are comic relief type actors.
but Richard Pryor wasn't really. It didn't seem used for comic relief, and if he was, it didn't come across like that for me.
Well, when he was baffled when Abe, Gene Wilder's character, just like all of a sudden changed at dinner into like,
Yeah.
I thought he was like a hitman himself. The way he was acting with the one guy that owed him
So,
money.
do you want to give us? Let's give our rating right now, and then we'll say the parts that we thought were funny that were near the end. Would I recommend this movie? No.
I think if you're watching Gene Wilder movies, just throw it in there.
Just rewatch an earlier one.
Well,
This was his last
it may
movie.
put you to sleep in the middle part. Okay, they really, I feel, could have cut some time off of this
But it's oddly,
in the
it's
live.
91. It's barely 91 minutes, but it feels like it's 3 hours. It felt like this would have made a two-part TV sitcom episode,
Yeah,
like one of those like 45 minute things.
yeah, but that would have been 90 minutes, 45, 90 minutes.
No, not an hour, not 2 hour long
Oh, you're
shows.
talking a half
Two
hour and
half-hour
hours.
long
Okay, where
shows.
they're like 22 minutes long
22,
or
23
something.
minutes. Yeah.
But I think if you were watching Gene Wilder, Silver Streak, you got to see, some of the other ones.
Not
And then,
this.
no, you could watch this one to fall asleep.
Why would
You're
you?
ready to go to bed. I mean, we're both kind of like, oh my god, this movie is dragging.
Don't pay for this because I don't want people to pay money for movies to put them to sleep. It's like
Yeah,
Hot Cocoa was probably cheaper.
yeah. I don't know if this is on Netflix or whatever,
Why would it?
but
Oh, yeah,
try
it's
and
Richard
get it.
Pryor.
Try and get it from your library or something if you're really into these two. Like you said, I don't believe it's their best movie. Yeah, they were trying to.
I hope
be-
it's not their best movie.
Well, okay, he was a con man lying to get money. Gene Wilder was perpetual, how do you say, perpetual liar.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then he tries to tell everybody the truth at the end, and
We're gonna go into spoilers right now, I guess.
oh, okay.
So we're gonna go into spoilers in 3, 2, 1. Okay, you say the part you thought was funny, and then I'll say the part I thought was funny.
Well, when he comes out of the beer
Yeah,
thingy, and
he reveals himself, so to speak.
yes, as George Washington. Instead of Honest Abe with the hat
Yeah.
that got smashed by his limo. And then Richard Pryor tells everyone, instead of that 5% raise, go home for the day. When you come back, it'll be 10%. So everybody was all in on it, the workers and everything else. So that turned out to be an okay moment. And then going to the beach
Huh?
at the end with the signs.
Oh,
Just married.
yeah.
Just almost married.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty funny.
Partners.
The part that, well, yeah, the main part that I thought was funny was when they were faking his funeral,
Oh, yeah.
and he was yodeling in the coffin.
Yodeling from the dead, from the grave.
And they were all, and that guy, I don't even remember his name, the bad guy. He was like trying to say, no, that's not him. He's an imposter. Isn't that right? I don't know what you're talking about. We're not acting right now.
Did we rehearse this scene?
And during that thing, the wife fainted like, oh.
I think she really did.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, do you have anything else you want to say?
Nah.
Okay.
There are better movies of Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor than this. Silver Streak, if you haven't seen that, you gotta see it.
Fine, I'll see it.
It's a great movie. Okay.
Bye.
Take care now. Bye.
Ugh.